só aqui que o sol ilumina coisas do além que vão além. Quando de repente é coincidência, nem precisa se esforçar pra querer. Apagarão as luzes pra eu ver. Sair da onde vim pra eu poder ser. Você mostrou o caminho pra eu andar. Eu disse é pelo mar que eu vou nadar.
So casually keep diving into concrete. So bittersweet. Huh? Keep losing sleep while driving in the backseat. What's left of me? Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. Hard to keep the heat when it gets colder. You know, sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the low, I remember what you were saying. Sometimes all you need is a spark. Maybe just a better kind of bitter, bitter. Lose gravity, I'm swimming in the quicksand. Up to my knees. Keep losing sleep, I'm manic dream at midnight. So hard to please. Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. Hard to keep the heat when it gets colder. You know, sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the low, I remember what you were saying. Sometimes all you need is a spark. Maybe just a better kind of bitter, 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 bitter. Think about the stuff we play. How I'd rather do that instead. I keep screaming out loud from the top of my lungs, baby. Ooh, think about the stuff we play. How I'd rather do that instead. I keep screaming out loud from the top of my lungs, baby. Ooh, think about the stuff we play. How I'd rather do that instead. I keep screaming out loud from the top of my lungs, baby. Ooh, think about the stuff we play. How I'd rather do that instead. I keep screaming out loud from the top of my lungs, baby.
I know that I just met you, but you look, oh girl, you blow my mind. I know what I would like to do, but you just keep on talking. I streets walking. Your folk drive you insane. I know, yeah, that's true. Of course, you ain't the one to blame. Keep on talking to me. You keep on telling me your dreams. You keep on talking to me. But I just wanna see you move. Yeah, I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. Yeah, I just wanna see you move. Wanna see you move. Sure, I like to listen. It's not like I don't wanna know. It's just that you've been talking to me 3 nights in a row. I think it's time to let go. Forget the past, just lose control. Cause life's too short for yapping. Come on and dance, come give me soul. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking. You keep on talking to me. You keep on telling me your dreams. Talking to me. You keep on talking, but I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you. I just wanna see you.
What a night, people dancing in slow motion, blurry eyes. But I've had enough, it's time to say goodbye. 3 a.m. as I'm walking home with a smile. Smoky moon, like a shiver, all the shadows fade away. All your streets are empty, lights begin to sway. 4 a.m. as I think, oh, Stockholm love. Sometimes I picture how life had been in Paris or New York or Shanghai. But you know
it's starting to come out. Starting to come out. I've been holding it in for too long. Yeah, it's starting to come out. Starting to come out. And I can't pretend anymore. Oh, I'm yours. Never thought I'd even try. After just one day, it's special, yeah. But there is something in your eyes. Ooh, one false move and you'll be gone. You made me, it's alright. I can't tell if it's the right moment, but baby, anyhow, I can't hold it in anymore, no, 'cause it's starting to come out. Starting to come out. I've been holding it in for too long. Yeah, it's starting to come out. Starting to come out. And I can't pretend anymore. Ooh, I'm yours. Starting to come out. Starting to come out. Starting to come out. Ooh, I'm yours. Starting to come out. Starting to come
Não é só na vida que a vida, não é na janela que se olha. Há uma linha clara perto da saída. Fecha os olhos e você vai ver. Não é só aqui que sol ilumina. Coisas do além que vão além. Quando de repente é coincidência, nem precisa se esforçar pra crer. Apagaram as luzes pra eu ver. Saí da onde vim pra eu poder ser. Você mostrou o caminho pra eu andar. Eu disse é pelo mar que eu vou nadar. Não é só na vida que a vida, não é na janela que se olha. Há uma linha clara perto da saída. Fecha os olhos e você vai ver. Não é só aqui que o sol ilumina. Coisas do além que vão além. Quando de
What's going on? What's going on? We're back. Shout out to the CIA, the confident, intelligent, and assertive men out there.
It's not hard to fool me.
One love.
'Cause I'm addicted to the good life.
Feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies.
I follow. No
How we
need
doing?
to say where we are heading now, babe.
Looking good.
I follow.
Smelling good.
To the edge
In the
of
chat
it
room.
To the edge of
Age,
it all.
city, gender.
So
Let's
tell
get
me
it.
good lies. 'Cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah.
Go Henry.
Susceptible lies.
Go Henry Bear.
Before the moment flies. Ooh. So tell me good lies. 'Cause I'll buy no matter what. Ooh.
Come on, come on, come on.
Susceptible lies. Before the moment flies. It's not a problem.
It's not a problem.
'Cause I know what I'm getting into.
What are we getting into?
And nothing can stop me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and
How
I
we doing?
realize.
Hit the like button, people.
Either way,
Big
I
Shirley.
follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe.
Come on,
I follow.
come on.
To the edge of it all.
Bop, ba, da, bop, ba, da,
So
ba,
tell
da,
me
bop.
good lies. 'Cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah.
Quantum Morel, what's going on? Amber Christine, what's good?
For the moment flies.
Reggie Morris, what's going on? Welcome.
So tell me good lies.
Bama Bell,
'Cause I'll buy no matter what.
welcome. Eastro, I guess that's how you pronounce it.
Susceptible
Pineapple Banana, been level 7, been level 1 for 7 months.
moment flies. Yeah.
Da da da. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. For those of you who don't know, my name is Kevin Samuels. I'm a professional image consultant, and my job is to make sure you look good, smell great, and are the best version of yourself each and every day. Let's get on over here to the main shot. How are we doing tonight? Lights, camera, action. Lights, camera, action. How's everybody doing? How is everyone doing tonight? All right, so here's what we got to do: a little housekeeping. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in. That's the way you actually pay your cover charge. You know, likes, dislikes, the algorithm likes them all the same. Just make sure you hit it on the way in. Number one. Number two, we got a lot to talk about tonight. A lot to talk about tonight. It has been a heck of a month. A lot can change in 1 month, people. A lot can change in a year, but this has been, this month has been something else, man, something else. I kind of keep I'll just say this month it's been a month. How about that? It's been a month. So, I thought it looked a little dark in here. Yeah, I love these glasses. Oh, I love those. All right, that looks a little bit better. So, how we doing? Eleganza Mac Daddy going on. Let's see which lights look better. Which lights look better? Does that light look better to you guys? You like this light setup? Or do you like the backlight? I think I'm liking the backlight a little bit. All right. So, let's get the close-up camera. How we doing? Let's get the Henry Bear. Shout out to Henry Bear. Oh, I'm sorry. Where are my manners? Henry Bear. That's our honorary mascot. Henry Baccarat Bear. Hi, Henry. Hello, everybody. And Henry is next to the candle of the evening, which is Roja Dove, London. Ah, that is just a man's scent right there. A sweet, smoky leather candle. Probably one of my favorite candles on the planet. And then my fragrance of the evening, easily one of the top 10 fragrances of all time. Incredibly difficult to put your hands on, but if you can get it, you will love it. Every time I wear this, people ask me what I'm wearing. It's Louis Vuitton Ombre Nomade. Between that and La Sable Rose, all the rose you'll ever need. I love those fragrances. But that one, I tend to pull out fragrances like that when it's time to get serious. Time to get serious and do some work. So that's those fragrances. So that's what we got going on over there. Also, if you're putting notes on the timestamps, please start with introduction at 00. So let's see. Shout out to Deshawn. Deshawn has been doing a yeoman's job on the timestamps. So if you guys like the timestamps, go show Deshawn some love. Make sure you hit the first comment that he's on. Run by his channel. Show him how much we appreciate that. Thank you a lot for that, brother. All right. So let's get into it. We got to have the likes up. That's good. All right. So, oh, man. You ever just have one of those days when you just feeling yourself? Where you just know you the shit? I hope all of you guys have a day like that. And it is much easier to accomplish something like that when you are in control of your environment. And one of the easiest ways to control your environment is with scents, fragrances. Candles, fragrances can change your mood. So let's say you're down and depressed, you can easily get yourself to the other side. And it's going to be very necessary as we get into today's topic. Do modern women and high-value men mix? What made us think about this? What's made us think about this? Well, let's start out first with the basic principle, basic stuff of being a high-value man, okay? Basic stuff of being a high-value man. I'm not going to go through it all again. You see it on the screen. $120,000 a year, $10,000 a month for 3 to 5 years or more. High-value men recognize him as a peer or a possible peer. Network of high-value men and others. Visibility, what he does is at LinkedIn level, and he's useful to others in the group. And also, in order to keep that status, you must maintain a level of discipline, integrity, morals, and ethics. Okay, that's what it is. And what made me think about this is normally I will start off at the rip and tell you that I do not automatically throw athletes, entertainers, musicians, or those kind of folks into the high value category. It comes from the business side for me. And what I tell people in those businesses is no disrespect to you, but your money comes a different way. Your money comes a different way than if you're in the business class. You actually have to be competent. It's something that produces revenue for other people. Competence gets compensated in the world of business. So I don't automatically throw those people in there. You can still be, and you can be an athlete, entertainer, or a musician. Athlete, entertainer, or musician, and get into high value if you have those things. But you can also lose them. I want you guys to think of this. Bill Gates, divorce. Richest man in the country. And he's obviously high value, but even being the richest man in the country wasn't enough to keep his woman happy. Elon Musk, shout out to Elon. We got to do a collab, Elon. You got time on your hands now. You went ahead and it ain't nothing to cut that chick off. Since so you cut your baby mama off, good for you, because she wasn't on your program. Elon Musk. Dr. Dre. It just ain't it. My favorite, one of my favorite songs ever. Now, they were married for 20 plus years and he got his kids out of the deal, but I want you guys to see a pattern. And then Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith are going to be what I'm going to focus on more than anything else. But it is not just a black thing. This is across the board, and this is about modern women. what is my theory? My presupposition is that modern women and high value men don't mix. And one of the main reasons high value men and modern women do not mix, in my humble opinion, is modern women want their spotlight as well. So what brings us to Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. For those of you who don't know, their story is out there. I'm going to go to the part where it gets interesting. Jada Pinkett Smith has never been considered to be a tour de force actress. She's a B-list celebrity at best. The roles we know her from is Low Down Dirty Shame and Set It Off and Menace to Society. Nothing that's going to be groundbreaking. Nothing Oscar worthy, decent battery of work. Her fame came from marrying Will Smith. Because if she hadn't married Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith would have gone the way of Name One in the 90s. Name One. Then we had so many beautiful women in the 90s that just became, whoop, where's Lisa Nicole Carson? Remember her? Yeah. Jada Pinkett Smith was known to have a deep love for the late rapper Tupac. They grew up together. They were childhood friends in Baltimore, and it is my position that Tupac imprinted on Jada. Tupac was Jada's first. And like I said, if you are a man, understand something. Unless you get her early, you are not going to be her first choice. Anybody on the planet knew that Will Smith was Jada Pinkett's second choice. Tupac had been murdered. Will Smith was married, had a child. And from what I remember, either he and his wife split or he left his wife for Jada. Will Smith was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He was a clean rapper. And Jada Pinkett Smith gave him a little street cred, edged him up a little bit. But I don't think anybody looking at them thought that he was the number one. And that's no disrespect to him, because Will Smith is by far one of the, if you could say somebody whose celebrity you would like to have, Will Smith would have to be up there. A bankable A-list actor, $20 million a picture. He was good. He was a musician on TV and then in music. And when he dropped his YouTube channel, it blew up. Everything the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Will Smith touches turns to gold, except seems to be in his personal life. We get the rumors out there that they have an open marriage and these kind of things, but it kind of bubbled below the surface until what ends up happening. The B-list celebrity actress, Jada, that's what I think you are. I mean, I could be okay, but you weren't. Your star didn't match Will's. And if you know one of Chris Rock's favorite bits, he's like, there can never be a black president because the black woman ain't gonna play second place. And this is what we really start to see in our community is you start to see modern women wanting to compete with their high value men for the spotlight. It's cold in their shadow. They would rather have half of what that man makes than stay with him for the rest of their life. And that just shows that, do they mix? We talked about Aisha Curry wanting to get attention from other men because Steph was getting it. Ladies, understand something, that when men look across the dating and mating landscape, it's not looking good for you guys, because there seems to be nothing a man can do that's going to keep a woman loyal. Why do we say that? Because on Red Table Talk, we were all introduced to Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith and the word entanglement. Yes, entanglement, something a 40-plus-year-old married woman said about banging her son's drug-addicted friend. Now, if Will Smith was banging Willow's drug-addicted friend, they would throw him in the cell next to R. Kelly. But we were allowed to call it entanglement. And I'm going to tell you right now, I think I've heard O'Shea say it, I am tired of you seeing Jada Pinkett Smith on the internet crying, trying to work her shit out. I'm tired of it. Why? Because it continues to drag down Will Smith's image. I'm tired of seeing men Do this shit off a camera. But why? No, because this is the way you can get some fame. This is the way you can get some notoriety. Her name was not in the, her name didn't flow as much even when she was getting movie roles as it does today, tangled up with this stuff. Gentlemen, it is my position that modern women and high value men don't mix because they will likely not be happy in a secondary or subordinate support role. They want the spotlight. They want the spotlight. And unfortunately, only one of you can have the spotlight, and it needs to be you, because without will, they don't have anything. Anybody going to see Jada Smith in no movie? So it comes out, George Clooney is talking to her 50th birthday, and we're talking to Jada Pinkett Smith and asking, so how do you put up with a guy like Will Smith? And I personally don't care for the sarcasm, honestly. I wish Jada would have said, hey, joking or not, you don't put up with a man like Will Smith. You love and honor a man like Will Smith. But no, just like far too many women in our community, they never miss a chance to take a dig at their men, especially in front of them folks. I said it. You shouldn't allow that man to insult your husband like that. But no, instead, we got it. It's all about you. It's all about you. One time, and what do we get? It's all about these women.
You must.
It's all about these women. Get them up. Tell them about it, Bentley. Tell them about it. Tell about it, Andy. We need to be over 7,000. 7,500. Let's go. 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 Yeah, I'll let 2,000 people leave. Y'all would rather leave and hit the like button. Hit lock. It's a damn shame you got to keep doing that. But anyway, so you fast forward, and we have to hear about Will Smith when Will is in the twilight, looking good. Dude is yoked everywhere. Miami, I mean, Will is on top of the world. Women worldwide would drink his bath water. But he's in the house with a woman who's in an entanglement with a D-list musician. Nobody even know who this dude is. Talk about he retired. Retiring from what? Mixtapes and Twitch? You got Will Smith and you entangling with August? Oh, because you know that's somebody for you to save. You ain't saving no high value man. High value men need you to play your part. He doesn't need a modern woman. He needs a traditional woman, a woman who knows her place beside him, not a woman who's trying to run him. This is why modern women, when you say you want a high value man, you can be fit, feminine, you can be fit and friendly, but if you're not really traditional minded, it's not going to work, because when you are going to be third. Him first, his purpose second, you are third. So now we find out that Jada Pinkett Smith is like, well, however the story gets out there, never really was in love or didn't really love or had to learn how to love Will Smith. Bottom line is this. Has Jada Pinkett Smith ever talked about Will Smith with the same level of reverence, love, and deep emotion as she speaks about with Tupac? You want to see Jada Pinkett Smith happy? Let her talk about Tupac. And that's sad, but it's a lesson to be learned. It's a lesson to be learned here. Now they got an open marriage and this and that. And what's the lesson to be learned? I honestly could give a shit what they do in their personal life. But what I do care about is the image of it all. Every time you have a woman like that talking, it makes the men look bad, makes you look weak. So if I were Will's publicist, we'd go on a PR campaign. He would become Mike Lowry for real. He would become Mike Lowry for real, for real. His kids are grown, making their own choices. His wife is 50, trying to figure it out. He'd become Mike Lowry for real. You'd see he'd be in Miami, in LA, in Las Vegas, in New York City, in Barcelona, in Madrid, in Paris, in London. He'd be Dubai. I would be everywhere on my YouTube channel. Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of the world. And everywhere you'd see me, it would look like Jay-Z pre-Beyonce, big pimpin', spinning cheese. You're goddamn right. I would say, I don't care if he's banging them or not, but you need to reclaim your masculine frame because it's not looking too good for men out here right now because these women just don't seem like they're happy. And it's because of this. Why? It's because of this. And I'm going to say I have been here. I can speak about this well because I have been here. I have put a woman on a pedestal ahead of me and made her happiness my focus, and it failed. I've done it a couple of times because, like it or not, that's what we are really taught in this country and even in our community, that you have to put a woman, you have to do for a woman, give, to the point to now women honestly look down upon men as though you ain't good enough unless you are giving her everything she wants. Then she may give it. This is a bad position for men. Now, Dr. Dre and his wife don't know much about that scenario. Bill Gates and Melinda, they handled that situation like a G. I ain't gonna much lie. He had his side piece. Melinda signed off on it, but she still found the side door. And then Elon freaking Musk, the closest thing to a superhero we have in the world, the closest thing to Einstein we have in our generation, and your baby mama don't want to get on your program? Ladies, understand this very well. If you are a modern woman, a womanist, feminist, liberal, left-leaning, whatever, the likelihood of you being able to mix well with a truly high-value man is remote. And gentlemen, understand that. You cannot judge a woman based upon how they look. Or what they say. You must judge women based upon what they do. What they do. And when they show you who you are, believe them the first time. Now, it is in our nature to want to, well, you can fix them. You can't save women. And it's not our job. Will Smith should be one of the happiest men in the world for what he's accomplished. We should not be talking about Will Smith in terms of where you're feeling sorry for a $20 million picture dude. That shows you what modern womanist, feminist programming can do to a man far ahead of you and I. So what can you learn? Shout out to Thea. What's going on? What can we learn? What can we learn? Well, one, learn from the people who've made the mistakes. I made them. Put yourself first, put your purpose second, and put her a distant third. Make her earn everything. Why? I've said it before, and it's hard to do in this country because we have been so programmed as men to try to make women happy. No, a woman isn't her happiest when she's anxious and trying to compete to keep your attention. Make it too soft, make it too easy, and like shout out to Donovan. When women were set to auto destruct without a man. Because what do you have to do when your husband is a multimillionaire? What is her life really like? Or women like this? Your life, the ends are meeting like a mother sucker. And these are the kids we get? I'm going to say something. Let me be tactful. I've said it on my show before. It's often easy to tell women who were wives and or mothers, women who were mothers and maybe wives, who were more focused on themselves than their kids. And that's what we tend to have a lot today. We have young women out here trying to figure it out because their mothers are out having kid after kid after kid over here. They're still in their late 30s, 40s, 50s, still out here in the club. These kids are raising themselves. Why is this important? Because modern women do exist, and modern women need to be with modern men. Y'all go work that out. With men who want to be high-value men and want a more traditional scenario, you need to understand, man, you cannot judge a woman based solely on her looks. You got to judge a woman based upon her character and her ability to get on your program and cooperate and follow. That is why it is difficult to deal with women above a certain age. That's why this whole thing is so funny.
I'm a PhD.
Why is that so funny? The more a woman has, the less useful she is to a high value man. Why? The more a woman has, the harder she is to impress, the harder she is to train, the harder she is to teach. The more she has her own way of doing things. She's worried about her life, her career, her this, her that. And honestly, she will take you off your path trying to get her on her stuff. Right here. You on the red carpet. Jada should be doing that to Will. But no, this is what we've been trained in the black community. Got to make her feel good. When has Jada Pinkett Smith ever been on the red carpet for anything? Set It Off? Low Down Dirty Shame, Men in Society? None of those were red carpet. I don't recall if those are Oscar-worthy movies. Were they? Why, when a man in general, a black man in particular, a man in general, or a high value, especially a high value black man in particular, if you find yourself trying to give your wife shine, you got a problem. She needs to be in your shadow. Steph Curry. Aisha, you signed up for the shadow. What does she need attention from other men for? Now, if that's what she wants, let her get with a modern man. There's a lot being said about Russell Wilson and Sierra right now. And I've had my opinion on Russell Wilson. Most people did not agree with me, but I'm still on task. It was a great marketing move. But this whole thing about her twerking and such and so forth, I don't think he should have been cool having his wife twerk on TikTok like that. Yeah, they're young. Social media is a thing. And that's the thing. Being millennials and zennials, like it or not, I come from social media is with us forever. How you manage it is important. And I think that at least you need to understand it's not about the moment. It's about the long term. It did diminish him. Because some stuff should be saved for home. So this is where I'm going to tell the men, and it's going to be hard. It is hard to do when you have not been raised in a patriarchal, alpha male, men first environment. You must be constantly reminding yourself, stay on purpose, maintain masculine frame. You're going to slip. You're going to make mistakes. But the higher up you go and the more visible you go, you must maintain your image as a high value man. And one of the biggest chinks, one of your biggest vulnerabilities is how your woman moves. If you marry a modern woman, you deal with a modern woman, y'all need to sit down and say, look, whatever you can, if it goes public, you take the hit. Now, unless it's a controversy generating opportunity, that's a business plan, I guess. But modern women and high value men don't necessarily mix. Now, I know a lot of women are probably going to be not happy with that. Talk to your mama. Your mama raised you to be a. Your mama raised you to be
You know what? I am a strong, independent woman.
Your mama raised you to be a strong, independent woman. She raised you to go get your bachelor's, your master's, your PhD. She raised you to take care of yourself and not need no man. That's what your mama raised you to do. I don't care how fine you are, I don't care how good you look. This is where it begins to level out, because like we've been saying on this side before, you take some of the most beautiful, attractive, educated women in our community, and you take some of the most ratchet, and there's not really a sliver of paper of difference in the software. So if you're on track to be a high value man, you got to ask yourself, do you want a modern woman or do you want a traditional woman? And traditional women are in short supply. You got to ask yourself, what's more important? Her looks or the way she shows up? And I will tell you that I know many men who will say, I would rather go down in looks to go up in software. Down in looks to go up in software. This is why being a natural woman is so important. Because if your woman has to have her hair done, nails did, everything did, if she can't leave the house without having everything done all the time, you got a problem. Now, that's one thing if you're going to go get on the red carpet or something, she's going to be out, and I want my woman to look good when I'm out and about. But in the house, I want you to look like you look. So you remember, this is who you really are. This is what I'm about. Ladies, how do you bridge the gap? You know if you're raised to be a traditional woman. If you're raised to be a traditional woman, it's highly unlikely that you're even on this channel. Traditional women are usually married by age 27. I'm sorry. There are many of you ladies out there who think you're traditional and you're not. You're modern. You're nice modern women. That's why I'm saying, like, the rest of this year, I am focusing like a laser on this
Danger zone.
late danger zone, early no man's land. 33 to 40, or 33 to 40. You know, let's make it simple. 30 to 40. 30 to 40 is going to be the focus, because there are a lot of women in the 30 to 40 range who believe they are traditional women and they are really nice modern women. You want to know what's the first clue?
I'm a PhD.
Sorry. First clue. Are you a professional? Unmarried? You may be a nicer version of a modern woman, but you're a modern woman. Traditional women get snapped up quickly. Traditional women don't put off marriage till after 30. Traditional women understand that a man as a requirement, not optional. Traditional women are the ones that get married around 22, 23 years old and don't have a lot of mileage on them, don't have a lot of different drivers. So here's the rub. You think about how many women are probably throwing stuff at the screen right now because they're likely nice, modern women. Fit, friendly, feminine, cooperative, when they have time, submissive, when they're in a relationship. But single as French toast. So how do you bridge the gap? Because it tends to be women in this category who overlook all the average men because of hypergamy, whatever. But you're not really cut out to be the traditional wives most of these guys want. And many of these women don't want to be working wives. Many of these women want to marry a man who's making enough to where here's my student loan debt. Here's my consumer debt. Here's everything. I went out and got all these degrees and everything else, but I want to, because I look a certain way and I'm a nice modern woman, I want you to pay for it. And there are men out there that can afford it, but are they getting a modern woman? So, ladies, are you a nice modern woman? If you're a nice modern woman, do you mix with the high value man? Woo, I know a lot of them are going to be upset. He said, I ain't never seen French toast in a relationship. We need these conversations. Yeah, we do need these conversations. I mean, I'm going to put you in front of King Ike. Talk about you a modern woman. I'm going to put you in front of Theo or Blake Henry. I'm going to put you in front of these dudes and be like, hey, she's a nice modern woman. You know all that has to happen? The term chameleon floats around. You want to know if you're dealing with a modern woman? See what she does when she gets angry. Engage a woman in something to where she feels passionate about and watch what happens. I talked about this about a year ago. I said, if you want to see whether or not you're dealing with a masculine woman, bark at her. Because I was talking about how in Atlanta, you see women backing in the parking space and all something like that's not a feminine thing to do. That's a masculine thing to do. But I said, just what you doing? And the first instinct is, what the fuck? Pay attention. Women who are overly look at how they handle themselves in conflict. Nice modern women in conflict either go masculine, go manipulative, or just kind of, I know some women are going to be angry at me. Ladies, if you've never cried in front of your man because he hurt your feelings, you're likely a nice modern woman. How many of you ladies can admit if you are detached from your feelings, you may be nice, but if you are not emoting, if you are like a Vulcan or the android Data or 7 of 9, if you're like a Borg, remember if you ever watched Star Trek, Star Trek Voyager. Star Trek Voyager, I didn't like it too much, Captain Janeway. I didn't like it until they put 7 of 9, Jerry Ryan, on Star Trek Voyager. There's a species of alien called the Borg. And the Borg, what they do is they assimilate everything. I'm a Star Trek guy and a Star Wars guy. I'm weird. I like both of them. That series was just boring to me. And this is before this is back when I didn't understand all the programming that was happening on TV. Then they put this woman right there. That woman right there came out as an Andrew. 7 of 9 changed the game. 7 of 9. Jerry Ryan. Yep, she made you want to watch Star Trek. Yeah, she did. But the funny thing about her is she was super intelligent because she had, Android parts and software and whatever. But her emotions had been suppressed because she was assimilated early. Many nice modern women are Borg. Resistance is futile. You want to know if you're a nice modern woman? Do you French kiss? Do you kiss? Do you hug? Or do you just get to the sex? Oh, shit. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Kevin, God damn it.
I'm so. Help me. Help me, guys. Help me. Guys, help me. Help me. They're coming for me, guys. They're coming for me. You know, if you're dealing with a modern woman, if there is no deep eye contact, no deep kissing, no moaning and this and that, and no, guys, come on. No hugs. It's just straight to the get in and get out. In sex, during sex, it's like she's fighting you for control. Oh my God, thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Nathaniel. They coming for me. Because they don't know. They were taught to have sex like men. Get mad, have a conflict, and what happens? Either they get masculine, they get passive aggressive, they get ghost, when they should be like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't mean to disappoint you. Oh shit. You win. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. What were we arguing about? No. No, it's okay. It's okay. No. That's what's supposed to happen when you're a traditional woman. You're supposed to cry. Women are like, what? Cry? Yeah. Crying, smiling, hugging, kissing. Like I asked you ladies, when's the last time you wrote a love letter? When's the last time you did anything remotely girly for a man? Never assimilate. So we're talking about nice modern women versus traditional women. Because I don't think there are a lot of traditional women left. I think a lot of modern women are nice modern women who think they're traditional. You may have been raised in a 2-parent household. That does not automatically make you traditional. You may be feminine. That does not automatically make you traditional. You may be fit. That does not automatically make you traditional. Traditional women have a need to be with a man. It's not a want. It's not a desire. It's not an option. Traditional women are something's missing if masculine presence is not attached in their life. Father to his husband. They need relationship. If you can go on long droughts without male contact, without infection, without interaction, without anything, you are not a traditional woman. Why is this important? Because you got to understand that you want high-value men. High-value men want traditional women. And at best, you're a nice modern woman. So that means he's not going to get what he wants while you'll get what you want. So that means you're going to have to overperform. And the first way we get women to understand how to have a longer situation is to understand that they are the ones that are deficit in the modern relationships. Men aren't in the deficit in relationships today. It's you ladies. This is why men keep asking, what do you bring to the table? And that's just an imprecise way of saying that you're not bringing traditional femininity, not femininity, traditional woman to the table. If you're a traditional woman, if you've ever been around a traditional woman, you know the difference. The way they communicate with you, how they communicate with you, you don't really lift a finger. Cooking meals for you, picking stuff up, always doing stuff for you, making your life easier. And these women, oh, and I got news for you. And so many modern women think that the only way you can do that is if your husband is rich, you don't have to work. That's bullshit. Women have had to work and can still do this. My grandmother did these things and she had to work. So this notion of I'll be like that if I had a husband that can take care of me, or still and so can do it because her husband's a millionaire. That's just another excuse to be a modern woman. I think you ladies, what we're going to have is an intervention. Most women who watch my show are modern women. If you were traditional, you would already be married with children. That's it right there. If you're over 26 watching my show, you are likely a modern woman, a nice modern woman, but a modern woman. And I think it's important that women understand who they really are so you guys can have a come to Jesus moment. Some of you are thinking you're up here and don't realize it's you that needs to bring something to the table to impress men. Because this is why so many women are dragging this whole marriage thing out, relationship out, because they're waiting, thinking, well, I can just wait because the grass is greener on the other side, or I have infinite offers. No. That's why you're waking up and seeing women talk about, I'm no longer a feminist. Oh my God, please, just a man who's breathing. No. If your career, I've already said that. Tradition on condition. But here's the thing. You can be a nice modern woman and get with a high value modern man, but the only way it works is for you to keep top of mind that there's something wrong. The way you do things is not really the way he wants it. You need to understand that you're trying to make an A in his class and you're coming in with a B. Your progress report says need improvement. You should always be trying to improve. There is no comfort in a relationship with a high value man if you're a nice modern woman. You always need improvement. There's always something you need to improve on. You don't get comfortable. And this is one of the problems because guys, you let women get comfortable, you'll end up getting entangled. But maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I want to open the call lines up because I want to hear the women. Are you a nice modern woman who thought you were traditional? Do you want this so-called high value? I mean, and understand the high value man, just a guy making $10,000 a month or more. Well, you have the option to work full or part-time. You know, you have the option to do a lot of things that many women would kill for. Only roughly 10% of the men in this country earn that kind of money. Do you deserve what this man is going to bring? And are you going to cherish it? Because what men do not want is they don't want to get with a woman and then turn around and look up 5 years later, 3 years later, she's unhappy. Why are you divorcing? Irreconcilable differences. I'm not happy. The words "I'm not happy" should not come out of your mouth, in my opinion, as a woman, because you always got something to do. Keeping your man happy should be a full-time job. But we got a world today where it's all about women, to the point to where, see, when Vuitton was all about women and taken away from men, we could say it's the bad old patriarchy and this and that. But think about it, not even the kids aren't getting something. You got women getting on their kids' TikTok and Instagram to drop it like it's hot and twerk. Ladies, I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for the women who just had a wake-up call to realize I want the traditional woman outcomes, but I'm not a traditional woman. I am actually a nice modern woman, which means I'm NI, need improvement. And where are you going to get the improvement? You're going to come over talking to the men and go to summer school, fall school, because it's cuffing season. And I want this to be the last September you spend by yourself. Last October you spend by yourself. The first step to dealing with a problem is admitting that there is one there. And again, if you're over 26, single, over 26 and unmarried, you're likely a nice modern woman. The more you got, the less you got. I mean, I know a lot of women are probably pissed. Busted child. We ain't even talking about baby mamas right now. That's a different category. Can you be a nice modern woman with a child? Different category. And these things are important because I think far too many women have been allowed to overrank themselves.
Recording in progress.
Especially if you are an adjustable 6 or higher and you're in shape, you can just look around at your competition and say, well, look at me. I'm in shape and I look good. Okay. But if you ain't never spent no money, if you've never spent a dime on a man, if you've never invested one thing in a man, if a man is always doing for you and you accept it and accept it in a nice way, well, that don't mean shit. There are many women who ask him, what's the most you've ever done for a man or spent on a man? Or what? What? Yeah. You know you're supposed to do something for your man, right? Well, when he bought me a Birkin bag, I said, thank you. Oh, because you're polite. Again, nice modern woman. Gentlemen, have you been there? Have you been there, guys? If you've been there, I know I've been there. And I know one thing, I'm never going back. And one of the ways you don't go back is have ladies understand, because the message wasn't out there like it is today. The way you never go back is to get women to understand that there's work that needs to be done. And here's the thing. The women who have raised their hand first and willing to do the work are the women who have the best shots at getting the outcomes. You have a chance of actually getting what you want. A long-term lasting relationship that does not end in divorce, because if you realize you always got work to do and you always understand that you got to compete and stay competitive, you realize it's better to stay in your marriage than try to go get another man.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Money, pasa verdadero.
Diana, how are you?
Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos malos buenos y tenemos fe en dinero.
I'm a PhD.
No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Be gone, such! El mundo quiere dinero.
Hey, big head.
Money work.
Let's get to it.
Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como.
Let's get to it. We were a little slow getting the show started today, so we're going to jump right on into it. Hello? You're muted.
Hi, can you hear me?
You got to turn off YouTube. The only thing that needs to be on is the Ask Godfather link. That's anybody in the chat room or anybody wanting to join the show, because you'll get background noise. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can.
Can you hear me?
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
How old are you?
I'm 38.
38.
Mhm.
What you got? What do you got going on? So we're talking about, do high value men and modern women mix? Or are you a nice high value woman? Or you're a nice modern woman?
Well, I had never heard the term nice modern woman before tonight, but it makes sense.
Okay.
I would like to consider myself a traditional woman.
Are you married?
I'm not.
Ever been married?
No.
Then you're not a traditional woman.
Okay.
What state do you live in? Let's ask some test questions. What state do you live in?
Texas?
What city?
Houston?
Did you go to college?
Mm-hmm.
Did you graduate?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you live in a state, one of the most populous cities in the country,
Mm-hmm.
and you were on college campus with thousands of men. Traditional women, men are not optional.
Okay.
There's no way you could have gotten to be 38 in Houston if a man was required. So let's ask some questions. Longest relationship?
5 years.
Okay. Why didn't you guys get married?
We weren't compatible. He wasn't the kind of man that it turns out that I need.
And as a traditional woman, why would you be with a man for 5 years and not require marriage? Traditional women Traditional women don't stay in situations 5 months.
Sure. I was in my 20s. I was very young. May I ask you a question? Can I just pick your brain a little bit? So, how do you feel about the concept of being in an environment that is constantly in survival mode? Do you think that correlates at all with
You graduated from college?
Mm-hmm.
What's your degree in?
English?
Yeah, are you a teacher?
I was until this past year.
Then you're not in survival. So constantly in survival, that means you're homeless or living in Section 8. You're middle class.
Yes. I was referring to more so a mindset and how that.
My grandmother was in survival. She grew up in Turkey Creek, Oklahoma, the Dust Bowl and the Great Depression, but she was also traditional.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot compare your mindset to coming out of antebellum slavery, Jim Crow, black laws, Greenwood. You can't.
Of course.
Rosewood. I mean, come on.
Of course.
You had options. Now, here's the hard question. You are not a virgin.
Mm-hmm. No.
Well, you're having sex. And see, we're having relationships, having sex, long relationships, not requiring. That's not anything traditional women do. Traditional women require commitment before they share their bodies.
I was never good at casual sex.
Casual, okay, ma'am. You weren't married. It's casual.
Okay.
That's just I mean, I'm just rubber meeting the road, because see, this is what I mean. A lot of you ladies have a hard time accepting that you're not what you are. And see, this is what I mean. So many women today I feel fit into your category where you think you're a traditional woman. And I'm not one of these modern women. But if I put you and what you call a modern woman side by side and look at the results, 38, unmarried, no children.
Okay.
That the outcomes are the same.
So what would you suggest? Because
Okay, there we go.
you know, I have had a high value man in and out of my life for the last probably decade, and within the last year, we had gotten closer, but you know, unfortunately, things fell apart about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
In and out of your life for a decade. What makes him high value?
The circle that he surrounds himself with, the amount of money that he makes.
10 years and he's still single?
Still single, to my knowledge.
No.
Okay.
Because I'm just saying, let's fast forward. If he found a woman that was traditional or to his liking, was there anything stopping him from marrying her?
You'd have to ask him that.
No, then this is the problem you ladies have, because you look up and the man that you're calling this, and when the man turns out and gets married just like that after he's been with you for a long time, man, at the end of the day, high value kind of should be off the table at 38 years old.
Okay.
And I'm saying this because nice modern women aren't rude. They come across the night, but the outcomes are still the same.
Sure.
Unmarried, no real prospects of marriage, and almost 40 years old. Okay. So my question is for you and women like yourself, when are you going to lower your standards to match who you really are?
I do, and I have.
Okay.
There are men who approach me, and
Would you marry somebody? Would you marry a black man making $42,000 a year or $21 an hour? Okay.
Of course.
Right. Have you dated a guy making that much money?
Mm-hmm.
Then why are we talking about high value then?
Because I want to be cooperative, but I just have questions.
You want to be cooperative with whom?
With you, and with what you're doing, and what you're giving to.
But I guess what I'm asking though, ma'am, is are the men you would date average men? Average earning men, $45,000 or less.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Is that the majority of the men you date?
I would say yes. The gamut. I've dated all kinds of men. I've dated, men who were. I've dated all kinds of men, but yes, of course.
Okay, not of course, because at 38, see, you had a 5-year relationship that was over 2 weeks ago?
No. This was someone that I dated when I was.
Okay, your longest relationship was how long?
5 years.
When did it end?
When I was 27, 28.
Okay, so it lasted 11 years. What's the longest relationship you've had since then?
Probably about 2 years.
Uh-huh. And was that man an average earning man?
Yes.
Why didn't you guys go the distance?
He was extremely insecure, and it was a lot to handle.
Are any of the relationships that end anything with you?
Of course. I'm the common denominator.
I know you're the common denominator. I know you're the common denominator. We're all our common denominator. But in the 5-year relationship, he didn't want. In the 2-year relationships, over 7 years. Okay, what relationships have you been in with men who were suitable that you walked out of?
Probably the 5-year one. And there was one previous to that. But I
So the
just,
5-year
I didn't
guy
know.
wanted to marry you?
No, he did not. He's still not married to this day. He told me that he wanted to
But
be
that
married,
doesn't
but
mean, ma'am, that doesn't make him suitable.
okay. Okay.
So what man that you've been with that's suitable, meaning marriage minded, suitable for marriage, wanting to marry, that you've walked away from?
Probably my first boyfriend when I was
So
17.
you have, what man who have you dated who was suitable for marriage, marriage minded, and declared they wanted to be married inside of 2 years? What man have you been involved with that fit that category?
Probably none,
Then you can't be a
unfortunately.
tradition. You can't be a tradition. Okay, so by definition, ma'am, you can't be a
Okay.
traditional woman. You're dating men who have not even declared they want to be married.
Okay.
And I want you to go back and listen to how I've asked the questions, and
Sure.
you made it to where these guys are suitable and they're not suitable. And we're just doing stuff. Traditional women don't date without intention. They realize that they don't have time to waste. Traditional women are trying to get to marriage, to get to motherhood.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
Because family matters to traditional women.
mhm.
So it's almost impossible to be 38 and a traditional woman because those pieces aren't there.
Okay.
Is this new information?
Yes, of course. Of course it is.
Is it hard to hear?
Yeah, it is hard to hear. You know,
Why?
I think the reason so much of this has been challenging is because, you
Sarah, I
know,
see. Sarah, I see you. Joanna, I see you. Go ahead. The reason so much of it is challenging is what?
is because I've always, needed a man to tell me these things, and I haven't had any. I didn't have my father, I didn't have any uncles, I didn't have my brothers, the
Do you
strongest.
want to be married?
Yes.
How long have you known you want to be married?
Probably 5 years.
So since 33.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I'm focusing like a laser on women 33, roughly 30 to 40, because this is what ends up happening. By the time you guys realize you want to be married because you play your 20s off and you don't get any relationship skills, the pressure happens. Last couple of questions. Age 65 to 85, are you going to have your $2.5 million to retire on? Cash.
Cash.
Yes.
I'm working towards it.
No. Are you going to have it? Not working towards it? No. So yes or no?
No.
Then how do you plan on living? No family, no children. Run out of money.
Mm-hmm.
How do you plan on living? See, if you asked a man that question, the answer is I'd be on the streets.
Sure.
Where are you going to be? When you're out of money, can't get any money,
Mm-hmm.
can't go any, there's no place for you to go. What you gonna do?
Can you continue to work? I suppose.
You cannot continue to work. You will age. See, this is what I mean. This is why you're a nice modern woman, because you can't say the truth. The truth can be looking you dead in the face, and everyone can know it, but you will go ahead and just, I'm not going to, over 65, no one will hire you. You've aged out. No more work ever possible. You don't have enough to live on the next 20 years. You run out. Say you run out 7 years into it, 72. Where are you going to live between age 72 and 85? What are you going to do?
It's a scary thought, I guess.
Okay. What are you going to do?
You know, I still believe that, you know, that I can get married, that I will get married.
Mm-hmm. 1 out of 4 Black women will marry in their lifetime. Mm-hmm. If you don't marry, what do you do? And for the audience, I need you to understand that people will tell you, you're telling these women doom and gloom. No, you folks telling them that God's going to work it out. You can do bad all by yourself. You got no answers. And what I am trying to do is get women to understand that as an English major and as a teacher, a second income is not optional. It is required. You need a man and a family for end of life, amongst other things. But women think that they can continue to work. Man, be honest, you think you can just work until you die. Or somehow it's going to work out. But the answer isn't, I will have enough money stocked away from my own efforts. Right? That's not the answer. I won't have enough money stocked away from my own efforts.
Right.
Then I'm sorry to my critics and detractors. We have to deal with that. Because let's go back. Are you dating with this end goal sense of urgency and seriousness? Are you dating and choosing men with that 65 to 85 end goal sense of urgency and seriousness? Yes or no?
Yes.
Huh?
I'm not from Houston. I've only been here a year, and
Are you dating? Are you seeing someone seriously right now?
No.
Then, ma'am, you're not dating with that end goal sense of urgency and seriousness. You cannot be, because you haven't even grasped the question. You can't even say, I'm going to be homeless, elderly, homeless, and on the streets and at the mercy of the universe. You're not making decisions in your dating life that I need to get a man and a husband so I can start socking something away and have somebody. You're not moving like that. Most women aren't. Because you're not even asking the question. See, that's the difference between a modern woman and a traditional woman. My grandmother knew she needed a man. It wasn't an option.
No,
my grandmother and my grandfather had issues, but it never crossed her mind to break her family up because she needed him. It was required.
Right.
You modern women don't need us. So you could be a nice modern woman, but you're not moving like a traditional woman, but you're wanting traditional security. I'll keep working is what you said. you can't work.
So what do you suggest? I have been, the past 3 men that I've dated over the year that I've been here have all turned out to be married.
Well, man, that's a
one of
simple.
them.
Do you have their full name?
I'm sorry?
Did you have their full name?
For one of them, I did.
So how are you going to date somebody and not have their full name? You said last three men you dated all tend to be married. How you going to date them and not have their full name? I don't understand that.
Okay.
See what I mean? You're not dating with that end goal. You're not serious in dating. If you can find yourself, okay, I submit that if you are a serious woman really trying to find a situation that's going to go the distance, there's no way in hell you can be dating a married man. Because you do your homework. Lewis Smith, when's your birthday? December 29th? Shows here that Lewis Smith got married in 1992. You can get a public fucking records request anywhere. But this is why dating is dumb. Jessica X, I said it earlier. Dating is dumb because women ask stupid questions. Hey, what's your favorite color? What do you like to eat? Instead of, are you married currently? Did you ask any of these men that you went out with, are you currently married?
No.
Yes or no?
I guess I would assume that if someone approached, that they weren't in a relationship.
So I'm approaching you for sex. You just assume a man approaches you for sex. You just assume he has no venereal diseases.
No, of course not.
Oh, okay. You protect yourself that way.
Well, I didn't sleep with any of these men.
That's not the point. Not the point. The point I'm trying to lighten the situation, but what I need folks to understand is this is a nice woman. She's not raised her voice. She's soft-spoken, but you're almost 40. And the questions I'm asking, I really feel like I'm talking to my daughter's classmates, because y'all aren't dating seriously. It's like, well, I'll just try something. I'll be here 5 years and waste 5 years. I'll be here 2 years with a guy who's insecure. With a traditional woman is like, I'm not going on a second date. What do you want? I want to get married inside the next year. Are you marriage minded? Are you currently married? Do you have any children? Have any venereal diseases? Y'all don't ask these questions. Y'all go on vibes and feelings that go nowhere. And that's fine until reality sets in that you're almost 40.
Right.
No serious prospects for long-term marriage and or commitment. And in the end of the road for a teacher is not enough money to live on. But see, as a man, we have to deal with these realities. Can you imagine? Honestly, can you imagine yourself being homeless at 70 years old? And most women can't because they think, well, that couldn't happen. The world wouldn't allow that. Someone will come, the government will come save me, the church, somebody would help me.
No, nobody's going to save you.
I know that's what we're saying now. But if you ladies don't start moving like that, because women have an interesting ability to convince themselves of anything. Women, y'all can lie to yourselves. So I hope this has been a bit of a wake-up call, ma'am, because again, how we got here is talking about high value and this, and I'm like, well, is that even the thing right now? High value men want to have children for the most part. Most high value men want to have a family. Are you wanting to give birth to your own children?
I would love to.
Have you taken the OBGYN? Have you got your test and stuff done?
I see my gynecologist regularly. I'm healthy. I'm vegan. I work
Okay.
out regularly. I drink a lot of water.
But have you had? But that's fine. I got a friend on
Yes.
YouTube right now who just was diagnosed with cancer, and he does all that. You still need to go get the test.
Yes, I see my doctor regularly.
Fertility. Are you still
Yes.
fertile? Can you carry? At what age does your most OBGYNs don't recommend trying to carry a child past age 42.
Yes, I know that.
So at
My
38,
gynecologist, yes, I've
so
spoken to her.
mhm,
She says that my organs are healthy, that my
okay,
womb is healthy. I do
okay,
understand that having and carrying a pregnancy at my age
uh-huh.
is high risk. I do understand that.
Well, but
I'm not
okay. So ultimately, what I'm ultimately saying is all that stuff comes after husband,
yes,
and even though all they say is if you got the test and things, cool, but still without the husband. Without all that stuff, none of it's a possibility. And at a certain age, it becomes not a possibility anymore. This is why I started with talking about high value men. So I think a lot of women are going to be able to sit down and see a lot of themselves in this. So thank you for being honest. It's not an easy conversation, but understand this is why I do this broadcast a lot, because women were lied to. You guys were
yes, we
lied to.
were.
You were told you could have it all. People are starting to come out, and there was a book called Subverted, written by editor-in-chief of the 1960s Cosmopolitan magazine, who openly came out and said, we lied to women to sell them products. They sold you guys feminism, reproductive choice, and casual sex in order to sell the cosmopolitan lifestyle, which was meant to mirror the Playboy lifestyle, to get women to flock to major cities or to live in major cities, to live in apartments free of men, on birth control, having casual sex, and working. And women who are doing that are consumers. While if you go get married, you're not consuming as much, or you're consuming differently.
Sure,
So
that makes sense.
I think, and one of the women who wrote this book, the reason she wrote the book Subverted, Sue Ellen Crowder, she converted to Catholicism, and she started hearing women in mass and in church talk about the terminations they had done and things like that, and how they lived this Cosmo girl lifestyle. And she started feeling guilty, and she's like, I need to come clean. These women were married who wrote these books. The editor-in-chief, the owner of Cosmo, was married 50 years. So they lied to you. And until women start having more conversations and stopping this and telling the younger women, look, get an education, cool, but don't put off marriage. Don't just date to be doing something. Don't just be out here riding the carousel in hot girl summer. These years go quick. Prioritize this. Get married with a man that has character and stay. Don't just get married because you can just say, I checked the box, and then get a divorce because you're irreconcilable differences. Stay and build something so you can have something, and you won't be in a position like so many women in Korea or Japan, or it's starting to happen in this country. You don't want this, because I'm going to say it, Social Security will not be there for you. It likely won't be there for me. There's no government shelters. Homelessness is going to spike in women. There's no place to go. First world countries are not set up for elderly women, elderly singles, in particular women. And there's nothing more vulnerable than an elderly, homeless woman. You got no protection. None.
Well, I mean, can you, before I go,
go ahead.
okay,
Before you go, what?
is there anything that you can impart? Because I am struggling I feel like I'm experiencing dating fatigue. I'm, going and meeting men, and I'm staying open. I'm having an open mind. I am, putting myself in vulnerable positions to meet people. I'm naturally introverted, but I go places. Where do I meet these men who are interested in me?
Try matchmakers. Matchmaker. Okay. This is where your network comes into place. But I'm a big fan of matchmaking, and this is I said this last week. This is where the churches and organizations are going to have to start stepping up to have vibrant singles ministries to start matching like-minded people. You don't meet them online. I mean, I know a lot of people say they met their match on dating sites. At almost 40, the likelihood's low.
No, I'm not on social media.
I would say matchmaker. You're in Houston. Go sit down with a matchmaker and matchmaker and go make a deal. It's really what you're going to go make a deal. It doesn't sound sexy, but that's really what it's going to come down to.
Okay.
You'll learn to love him later, and if you can look him in the face when you're having sex, that's the barrier.
All right.
I mean, it doesn't sound sexy, but that's shit. I don't know why we think we get better than this. All right, bye-bye. Yeah. So that was a good call. Sarah, you're next. Sarah, hello. Hi.
Oh, hi. Sorry, can I not be on YouTube?
You need to go into the other link. You need to go to the Zoom link. You can go over there though and not be on YouTube. I can't have you not on YouTube here. Well, go ahead. Go ahead. Let's try this. How old are you?
Okay, sorry. Pardon?
How old are you?
How old am I? I'm 27.
All right. What do you got on the topic? Let's see.
So I started listening to you.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon?
Okay. What I need you to do, I need you to go to the Zoom link. Okay, here's what I need you to do. Sarah, go to the Zoom link. It's pinned in the top of the chat room because the link you clicked on was the Ask Godfather link and it puts you on side by side. You got to go to Zoom if we're going to do audio.
Oh.
Okay. Go to Zoom link. It's in the chat room on YouTube. All right. Joanna, how are you? You got to unmute yourself.
How are you?
I'm good. You muted yourself. You got to unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Okay now?
There we go. How are you? Jesus, there's a delay.
Thank you, sir. How are you?
I'm good. There's a delay with you too. So I don't know what's going on. If you got other windows open. All right, go to the Zoom link. Hello. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Tish. Unmute yourself. Tish, unmute yourself. All right. I don't get it. Yeah, it says Gus has muted themselves. So, all right. Well, she's not able to seem to get that working, so we're going to go ahead and take her off. Tish, I asked you to unmute yourself several times, but
it's unmuted.
Now it's unmuted. It wasn't unmuted before. How old are you?
I'm 28.
All right. So we're talking about modern women. Modern women and high value men. What do you got?
So, I wanted to actually ask you about a situation with me,
You gotta,
and
you gotta answer the question I have first before we do that.
okay.
I mean, I do have a
Can you
topic.
repeat the question for me?
All right. What's the situation?
I'm asking because I came
Go ahead.
in
What's the
like I didn't
situation? Because there's
see
a
it
delay. Go ahead.
before.
All right. Here's the thing that's going
Um,
on right now.
I'm supposed to.
Here's the thing that's going on. I'm going to mute you because there's a delay. I don't know. Sometimes there's a delay that pops up when you guys are on Bluetooth or on speaker. So, Tish, you're gonna have to go hit the Ask Godfather link too. Let me see. Is that link working? Cause let me click on this. Let's see. Oh, I think I see why it's not coming up. Hold on. Let's post the Zoom link again. That makes sense. Yeah, mm, 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 mm. Let's do this. There it is. There's the Ask Godfather link. There's the Zoom link. There it is. So, there it is. There's the Zoom link. It should be in there now. All right. So, I think that conversation with the woman in Houston is going to actually turn out to be very helpful. Because so many women, period. This is not just a black thing either. So many women are just not taking marriage and relationships seriously. Just like they think they got time. Like, well, God will work it out. No. No. Do 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 do. I'm going to shut down the Ask Godfather link. So you guys are all trying to get in on the Ask Godfather thing. Nope, 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 nope. We're going to shut this down because there's a delay going on. All right, I see somebody by the name of Jessica. Get on camera or I'm going to bounce you out. All right. So yeah, I think that's going to do a lot of help because men know that if we don't take care of ourselves, no one's coming to save us. But I need guys to understand that whether it makes sense or not, most women cannot imagine the world just allowing them to be on the streets. Somebody has to fix it. And that's the thing. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and remove you because you're sitting in all dark. All right. So I'm going to put that back up. You guys click the link if you want to get on. Let's also slow that down. Let's slow down the chat real quick. Oh, Jesus. Here they come now. Boy, they're coming in now. Woo. All right. So most women cannot imagine a world to where they just gotta They got to fend for themselves. And see, there's a movie called Soylent Green, and it shows a dystopian world. I think you ladies need to start looking at stuff like worlds when the society collapses, because you may be a middle class working, but if you can't take care of yourself, if you don't have enough money to retire on, you can't just get up and decide to go to work at 65. Nobody's gonna hire you. You can't just do that. I'm just gonna go to work. And you can't just decide to say, well, you can't just decide to not pay your rent either. Yeah.
What the?
Hello?
Meow, 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 meow.
Hello?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know.
Not the banging. The banging.
Hello? You gotta speak.
I'm literally gonna have a heart attack.
How old are you?
Why am I side by side with him?
How old are you?
Hello?
Not the banging. The banging. Oh, oh, oh.
They're not paying attention. I'm just gonna do it. That's when I'm gonna start paying attention. You gonna pay attention, or you gonna? Hello, how are you?
I think it's a delay though.
I see there's a slight delay. I don't know why. How old are you?
I'm 26.
All right. What do you got for me? Go ahead.
It's a delay.
All right, let's try this again. Stop watching it. See, this is what happens when they watch the chat room. She's watching the chat room and watching herself. That's why there's a delay. Turn off damn YouTube and just get in the software. There won't be a delay.
Not the banging. The banging. Oh, 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 oh. Fuck no, not the banging. The banging. Oh, 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 oh. Fuck no.
There we go. Yeah, there's not a delay on this side. So when there tends to be a delay, it's because many times people want to see themselves on the show. So they'll click on the link, and YouTube will be running. They'll be trying to look at the chat room and think they can come back over here, and then they're on a smartphone or something like you don't have that much bandwidth. I've already told you what to do, but hello?
Hi, thank you so much for giving me another shot.
I did ask you to click on the Zoom link. Why didn't you do that?
I didn't see it, sir. When I looked into the
Okay.
chat,
It's there. Okay. But anyway, how old are you?
I'm 36, and I'm not very technical.
26?
No, sir, 36.
All right. So, what do we got?
I wanted to thank you for all of your advice. I'm not really, I'm not single. I've been married since 2008. I'm very nervous. I'm sorry. I was in the chat earlier. I'm a new member and all of the above. I wanted to thank you for your videos. I've only.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. But this part of the show, ma'am, I appreciate it, but it's for the callers on the topic. I only have a little bit of time.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you're already married, I'm talking to the women who are still out here dating. So I got a little time. Okay. Have a good night. Bye bye. Bye bye. Yeah. Oh. Hello.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi there, Kevin.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Should I tap on share
Huh.
screen?
Yeah, you've been here before.
A long time ago.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yes, because I am a modern woman with
Yeah.
traditional foundations.
Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 56.
Okay.
Okay, you. And my man is 38, and he's in law
But
enforcement.
ma'am.
I'm only here for advice, not
Okay.
to
But
receive,
but
not to
you're
receive
here for
advice.
advice. You're here for advice
I'm
on the
here to give
topic.
advice. No, I'm here to give advice for these young ladies.
Oh yeah, I know. We don't do that. No. Okay. Why is this link not working? Oh, it's working now. Tina, go ahead and unmute yourself.
No, I'm here to give advice for these young ladies.
Okay. You have YouTube? Okay. You need to turn off YouTube in the background. Mm, yeah. You need to open. Okay. Now let's try it. Hello? Unmute yourself.
Hi, how are you?
I am well. That's better. How old are you?
I'm 27.
27. All right. What's the question?
So when I actually started listening to you, I found you, I think it was like on YouTube, you were doing an interview with a group and like it was very interesting.
Okay.
And you actually really helped me kind of like realize like the urgency of like dating and the importance of dating
Mm-hmm.
and kind of like how unrealistic I was about like dating and stuff. So
Are you looking to get married?
yes. Sorry, I
Uh,
just don't want to be on YouTube. Just
you don't? Okay.
yeah, no.
Okay. Are you dating? Are you seeing anyone seriously?
I just started dating someone, and I'm not on YouTube, right?
Nope.
Okay. I just started dating someone, and I'm like just a little bit concerned because I feel like, so I dated someone very seriously, and not very, yeah, very seriously. When I was in university for 4 years, and
Uh-huh.
I didn't date in high school or anything. My parents are like pretty strict. Um, and
Mm-hmm.
then like
Are
after
you
university,
Korean?
no, I'm Chinese.
Chinese? Okay. Wang.
Ni
I
hao.
should have known. What am I talking about? Wang. Sorry. All right. So you're dating someone. How is he? How old is he?
He's 35. He's a cardiologist.
How long you guys been dating?
For like 2 months.
Uh, does he want to be married?
Yeah, we talked about that. Like, I kind of like bring it up, like, not very aggressively, but just like to see what they want and stuff, like pretty early on. The thing is, after I dated like my first boyfriend, I kind of like went on like a non-dating spree for like 4 years.
Were you sexually active during that time?
No.
So you haven't had sex in 4 years?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do like it, but it's not like
I'm just trying to. So, all right. So, are you basically the question is: are you dating this man with intention? He wants to be married. You want to be married. You've got that clear up front. No,
yeah,
no gray area. All right. And
yeah.
what time frame does he want to get married?
So he wanted to get married, and this is the thing. Like from he says like in a year. Like he wants like if we meet, if like I meet his
Are you
friends.
guys in the same city?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay. So what's the issue?
the issue is I'm like, I mean, I heard a lot about I heard a lot of your programs and everything, and I find it very interesting how you can read psychology like so well. Like I feel like if this wasn't your main job, which is much more lucrative, you should be a psychologist.
I've heard that one. But what's the issue though? Which one?
The issue is I'm concerned that I'm this is actually the perfect program I just joined. I'm too much of a modern woman. I don't know. Like I'm not really I'm like hearing
You
it
were
has
raised in the States?
nope I moved here when I was 6 from China to Canada. I
What
was raised
province? From
pardon?
Canada? From Canada?
Yeah.
Were you so you came here from Canada at 6 or from
No, I moved from Beijing
Okay,
to Canada.
Beijing. Okay. All right. Well, he wants to get married inside of a year. Is he open to meeting your parents?
Yeah. No, the issue is okay. I'm like, sorry. I'm like,
Well, we gotta get through it though. I got a lot of people in the queue though. So what is
no.
the ultimate issue?
The issue is, he has dated people a lot before, and he's dated them for 6 months, 7 months.
Okay.
There's a
So
lot of variability, and it just seems like if you know what you want, you wouldn't date so many people.
that's
back to
dumb. That's dumb. Stop that. Stop that shit right there. That's dumb.
Okay.
Don't judge something. It's not your business. What he did before you is not your business.
Okay. That was my main issue. I was like really concerned because
Why?
huh?
Why? I mean, he dated him. He didn't marry him. He dated him. It didn't work. He moved on. Just because you know what you're looking for doesn't mean that person is it. Sometimes people show you who they are after the first date, third date, fifth date. I mean, dating is dumb by nature, but what you're about to say is you're about to try to determine who he is based upon what you think about his dating history. It's not your business.
So
You shouldn't worry about that. You should worry about how he treats you.
Okay.
Worry about how he treats you, and then worry about what he wants, and can you give him what he wants? Because he's a cardiologist, honestly. Let's be real. He's a cardiologist. Where did you go to school for?
I'm finishing my PhD in neuroscience.
Okay.
Which is not
And what are you going to do with that?
Scientist, research position.
Okay. So, I'm going to just go straight down the line. Look, lady, you're going to be a neuroscientist. He's a cardiologist. Marry him, get the fuck off the dating scene. They're not going to do much better.
Already.
Be glad that you found a cardiologist. Is he Chinese, white? What is he?
He's Arab. But
Be
he's not
happy.
religious.
Get the fuck on. Marry him and make some Arab Chinese kids and gone. Seriously. Because what you're about to do is stupid. You look back and be like, God damn, that was dumb. I gave up a guy who was pretty good and he had all this potential based upon something I thought I knew about his dating history.
But what if I'm not what if I'm too modern woman or
He'll let you know. He'll let you know. It's called risk. He'll let you know. If there's a deal breaker, he should let you know. And if it's something you're willing to fix or work on, let him know. If it's something you can't fix, let him know. If there's something you can't fix or don't want to address, let him know as well. Be honest. Tell him, I'm concerned that I may be too modern, but were you raised? Well, you weren't raised in Beijing. You were raised in Canada and here.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Well, then, like my Sifu, he married a woman from the States. She was a feminist. It was horrible. He went back to Shanghai, got him a wife from the village, and it works fine. At least you understand how being a modern woman can fuck up stuff. So that actually counts pretty good. Just don't be a modern woman. You can be a woman, just not be a modern woman. Okay?
Yeah. Thanks.
And cook. I mean, come on, just do the stuff you. Ask your mom. Ask your mom. Ask your grandmother. They know what to do.
Yeah,
Bye.
I'm a good cook. Like,
okay, well, send me some dumplings. I like dumplings. Dim sum. I know. Bye. Seriously though, I know Jenny is gonna be like, Kevin has an Asian fetish. No, I don't. Well, actually, I do, but everybody got something. Oh, you on both screens. Lord have mercy. Let's get you over here and move you out of this one then. She's a neuroscience. A neuroscientist marrying a cardiologist. Y'all should go make some geniuses. Hello,
Hello.
Marshall. Marshall. Marshall.
Hi. Can I not be on Zoom?
Yeah, that's fine. Well,
Okay.
you were on the other side, so how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 22, actually.
Okay. So what's the question?
So I thought I would just respond to the prompt. Wasn't the prompt
Well,
like whether
oh yeah, modern woman and high value men. Do they mix? But you're kind of young for this conversation.
yeah, no. Sorry, I'm just kind of I didn't think that I'd actually get
All
on. That's
right.
interesting.
All right.
Um
Well, you got to kind of get on with it because at 22, I don't know if
okay.
you got much to put into this subject. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, yeah, so I'm in a 2.5 year relationship, and like I've recently, or not recently, I've been watching your content for about a year, and I kind of found it kind of shook up my perspective a lot, honestly. In the
Okay, you're
sense,
not talking about the topic.
oh, okay.
All right, you're not really on the subject, so we're gonna keep it moving. Vanessa, how are you? Y'all gotta get on the topic. Y'all can just come on here
I'm
and
good,
test me.
Kevin. How are you?
I am well. How old are you? 24. There's a
I'm
delay.
24.
There's a delay over here too as well. I don't know what's going
Yes.
on with the delay.
So,
There's a delay going on here, and this one's muted themselves. Ah, all right. So go ahead. Let's try that again, Vanessa. You're 24. Go ahead.
can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay. So basically, me, can you? Oh, okay. Well, basically, me and my boyfriend are together. We do have a child. I do take care of the home, but the only thing is, of course, I'm not married. So, would the only difference that would make me a modern woman and like an old-fashioned woman, would be if I get married, right? That's like the only difference.
Not the only difference. There's a lot of differences.
Does that?
Well, I don't. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, there. First off,
Okay.
you're 24. You how old is your child?
He's 8 months.
And why aren't you with the father?
I'm gonna be really honest. I never thought about marriage. The last time I thought about marriage, I was like a little girl, like 5 years old.
All right.
And I don't
So
know. I don't remember
automatically,
ever really thinking about marriage or pushing it.
so automatically
Mm-hmm.
that kind of throws you out of traditional women right there, because traditional women don't think about
Mm-hmm.
becoming. They think about marriage. So
Okay.
you got. I mean, I don't know why you chose to have a child and not be with the father, but did you go
No,
to
I am
college?
with the father.
Okay, are you okay? And not that you didn't. Are you guys aren't getting married though?
We want to, but I guess I kind of just put it off, or I never mentioned it to him that I wanted to be married just because I thought it was just kind of something religious people did.
What does he do for a
So
living?
he's a plumber.
No, it's not something religious people do. It's something that normal average people do. See, this is what I mean. Many modern women think marriage is just like they don't even understand what it is. It's
I
like,
feel like I don't.
well, you do have a child, and you about to see what the world is. If you don't marry the child's father, that makes you a baby mama out here on the dating scene. A baby
Mm-hmm.
mama on the dating scene is for fun.
Oh, okay. No, well, I mean, we're
I'm just,
together and I want to be with him
you're,
forever. And I've
well,
mentioned marriage, and he says, yeah, but I guess we're just lazy.
well, all right, be lazy together. Don't get out here though. Don't be out here with that shit. I'm just being honest, man. I don't know. Y'all making babies and think y'all can just decide to be out here all willy nilly. Uh, Nakia, how are you?
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
I'm good.
That's good.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
30. You got your got your nose right here. There we go.
Yeah.
So what do you got for me on the topic? High value men and modern women. Do they mix?
I don't believe so. I think
Okay.
it's modern women. I think they've lost the sense of being a woman. A woman. I think the roles have been lost. Period. between a man and a woman.
All right. Are you single or married?
I'm not single. I am dating. I was married before. I was married for 8 years.
Okay. So you were married for 8 years?
Yes.
And how long you been divorced?
Almost 2 years.
So you got married at what, 19?
No, I was married at 20.
1920. Ooh. I mean, come on, man. My math is pretty good. So why'd you guys get divorced?
It was a lot. I married an older man. He was 26 years my seniors,
Oh,
and
okay.
he kind of took advantage of things. You know,
You have any
I was
children?
always. I do. I have two.
All right. So he's 26 years. So he was 45 and you're 9. No, he was 46. And you're dating with two. How old is your youngest?
My youngest is 3.
Are you wanting to get remarried?
Of course, no doubt.
Why?
I love being a wife. You know, I love being a mother. I love taking care of my home. I love
Mm-hmm.
taking care of my man. You know, I love being a woman.
Okay. Is the guy you're married, or the guy you're seeing right now, does he want to be a stepfather?
Yeah, he does good with my children.
Huh?
Yeah, he does well with my children.
How long you
And
guys been seeing one another?
we've been seeing each other about almost a year and a half.
Hmm. So what's the next step?
The ne- right now we're in the process of integrating our family.
Don't you need a marriage license for that?
Well, yeah, of course, but
Mm.
him getting around my children, he's just now starting to come around my children.
But
You know, just now starting
you,
to get to know each other.
what? Do you want any more children?
No, we both in agreement that he has his 2, I have my 2.
All right. All right. Now we got an issue. You ready? That's that bullshit. We're integrating our family and getting around my kids. Look, your kid is your kid.
Facts.
You're not. There's only one way you get to know. You either in it or you're out of it. So the next step is either you get married or you leave each other alone. That's really it. See, the point about being a divorcee and a single parent at this point, you're supposed to know. You've been to the rodeo. You know all the tricks. You know how the game ends. So there's no reason to be tiptoeing around this shit. He got 2 kids. You got 2 kids. If you don't marry him, what are you gonna do? Get back out here and do this all over again? Waste another 2 years?
I don't really have interest in doing all that. You know,
All
the
right.
dating.
Does he want to marry you?
I believe so.
You believe so?
Yes, we've had conversations, but we haven't talked too much on it. You know, he
Well,
was.
that's unfortunate because I'm going to ask the next question. I'm going to ask. You can't answer. Did you start dating with intention to remarry?
No.
Then you got a problem, and you might as well handle it today. You didn't date with intention. You got 2 kids, and now you're in something for a year and a half, and you're trying to retrofit, put toothpaste back in the tube, and you did not ask the original question. Because I asked you if you wanted to be married. You said, of course. Well, that, of course, wasn't there with this guy 18 months ago. So y'all have talked around it. You need to talk about it directly. Black and white, no gray area, because there are kids involved.
Right.
And either he wants to marry you, you want to marry him, y'all are going to decide to get married, and you get the French toast on down the road, or he doesn't want to marry you, because do you want to marry him?
Oh yeah.
Well then, so the issue is you don't know if he wants to marry you like you want to marry him.
I think it's more so of. I think there's some. He was married for 27 years before.
I don't give a shit. I said, you want to marry him. Does he want to marry you? You said you want to marry him. Do you know if he wants to marry you?
I believe he does.
Have you taken you ring shopping?
Say it one more time. I'm sorry.
Has he taken you ring shopping?
No, we haven't done that.
All right, then y'all need to have a conversation. Get a babysitter. Have the conversation this week. You can't put this off, man. You cannot put this off. If he watches my show, he's going to learn about it anyway. You ladies need to stop doing this. Because if he decides he doesn't want to marry you, then you'll feel some kind of way. But you got to remember, you didn't start dating him with the intention to be married. And just because you guys talk about it, he hasn't taken you ring shopping. So that tells me there's some gray area on this side. Maybe there's some stuff you need to do to close the deal. I don't know, but you're not going to know any of this until you have the French toast conversation. Let me say something to you ladies, period. Move you to the side. You grown damn women need to stop with this gray area communication. Thorough communication is required in relationships. You need it like you need a map with instructions. You don't just make shit up as it goes and then expect something solid to form afterwards. You both will be, so I'm moving back to you. You'll both be in a better headspace if you and he can get on the same page and know you're headed in the same direction. Because there has to be some kind of anxiety or apprehension with you knowing you want one thing and you're not sure about him. That's only human nature. Have the conversation. Let him know it's coming, though. Don't just jump in with it. Let him know it's coming.
Oh, I will. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. He'll probably say yeah. But y'all need to have that thing. Hello? You still delayed.
Are you able to hear me this time?
No, there's still a delay. Are you on Bluetooth? The speaker?
No.
All right, what's the question that you have?
So I'm dating this guy that I was dating before a while ago. And he ended up leaving me for someone. He got married, had kids, and then he came back to me when she left him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm single. We're both single, and we have been having sex. And I'm dating, and I ended up meeting someone else, and I didn't sit up with that person. And so my question is that I know that I was wrong, like for not telling him and him finding out because he just found out. And my only thing is that so what happened was I left my phone at his house and he went through my phone.
Okay.
And so
what's the question?
my question is like we're both in a situation where we stuck and he's saying I'm wrong. And I know where I'm wrong at. But at some point, like guys don't like to admit where they're wrong. And so where I'm trying to
What's the question?
understand. Okay, so my question is what does that considers me?
How old are you again?
28.
Have you ever had therapy?
Yes, I'm in therapy right now, actually.
I'm not going to make up judgment on y'all. Both sound like y'all are moving chaotically. You're with somebody. He left you. You left him. He got married. He came back. Y'all hooked up. You went out and did something. I mean, sounds like a bunch of brokenness. So I'm not gonna. It sounds like trauma bonds. Sound like two people in trauma that are dealing with each other. Because he doesn't trust you because he's going through your phone, and you lying to him about not seeing anybody else. There's nothing good that's gonna come out of this until you. If you ever want anything good to come out of it, you got to get your head right. He's not on the phone, not telling him the same thing. You got any kids?
I do. I have one.
Where's his dad? Where's the kid's dad?
We're not together.
How old is the kid?
He's 6.
Okay. I'm gonna say something maybe hard to hear. You put their time into getting your head right, your head and your trauma and all that cleared up, and then take that chaotic energy that you got going on with this man and invest it in your child and a better outcome and draw something better to you than places you've already been. That's what I would suggest. You got a 6-year-old.
Okay.
You got a 6-year-old. You got to be a better mother for you and your kid if you ever want to have a better outcome. Okay?
Okay.
Have a good night. Bye bye. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that Zoom link, but I'm going to do this one last one. I'm out of here. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm well. How old are you?
33.
All right. High value men, modern women. Do they mix?
Probably not.
Did you have a question?
I do have a question. So, listening to you, I consider, I guess, myself would be a traditional woman. But on the other hand, being traditional woman, it's to see all the modern women, I kind of like envy them in a way that they had all the fun and all the fun stuff in life, and traditional woman, me being married at very early age.
Are you still
As you
married?
said, I'm yes. This is my
So
second marriage.
if you call fun sleeping with a lot of random men in unfulfilling relationships, having 1 out of 4 modern women on some sort of psychiatric medication, and more than 50%, in my opinion, needing some sort of therapy because of trauma. If you consider that fun, run on down to your local insane asylum and check yourself in. Because these women would kill to be you.
I see.
No, I don't see, this is one of the problems. Because the women will hear something like this and say, well, see, we always want what we don't have. So you mean you want to leave your husband and get out here and risk getting HIV, AIDS, herpes, chlamydia,
No.
syphilis, crabs, any variety of sexually transmitted diseases, just having random sex with people trying to find somebody to be compatible with? That sounds like fun?
No.
You want to be, you don't want to just be having random sex? You may have great sex, but then guy not call you and you don't hear from him ever again? That sounds like fun?
Now that you put it that way, I guess not.
I'm sure. You have any children?
I have 2 kids.
Son, daughter, what?
I have a 12-year-old daughter from first marriage and a 5-year-old from second marriage.
All right, so you mean you want to bring strange men around your 12-year-old and your 5-year-old too? Because they're not.
No.
Man, what I'm saying is traditional women look at a lot of modern women, and modern women have made lie and make it look like they're having fun because you watch Instagram. You see Instagram videos and you see videos of women who look like they're having fun. They're out with their friends, they're having girls' nights and this and that, and they're doing this, and they're taking pictures in Dubai and New York and Paris while you're at home doing homework. But then you find a show like this and you hear them crying about not being able to find exactly what you think is boring.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to get out here with them, I would suggest not doing it. But, you're free to make those choices.
No, I'm very happy in my marriage. It's just always, I have that little kind of, not regret, but kind of thought always
Human
that
nature. Human nature. The only thing you can really get out here is do some dicks. Ride the cock carousel, have some different sexual experiences, get drunk, do some drugs, have some. But at 60 years old, you look down and you have a tattoo on your lower back. What's it for?
Right.
You're where most women want to be. And that's what you're starting to hear. How many women want to be where you are? Married. If you watch the first woman on the show, they want to be where you are. So
Right.
stay where you are. That makes sense.
Thank you.
That's Vidania. Yeah. That's one of the biggest tricks, man. Modern women have great marketing. I will give them that. Modern women have great freaking marketing. Look at me, I'm in Dubai. What they don't tell you is somebody is shooting a deuce on them over there. They're getting a Cleveland steamer. They don't tell you what is a 25-year-old girl doing in Dubai? A camel and a virgin. Yeah, they always look like they're having so much fun. Yeah. No. Look, modern women, high value men, do not mix. You may be a nice, high value woman. I think we've defined a new term tonight. Nice, high value women. I've known you guys exist for the longest. This is where a lot of the pretty professional problems come from. Remember when I went to Houston and did that video? That's why I said I'm focusing like a laser between 30 and 40. But really at 33 is where it starts. Godfather's right yet again. And you nice, modern women are going to have to ask yourself a hardcore question. With all your consumer debt, your credit card debt, your student loan debt, and everything else, are you going to... No, hold on. You're not going to need $2.9 million as a pretty professional problem. If you are a woman earning $75,000 or more, you're going to need closer to $4 million to keep your standard of living. Are you going to have your $4 million cash age 65? Let's just say 3.2. Because all these women talking about, I'll take a husband. I could do a husband. I mean, I got time. After 40, it's a wrap. In 1985, Newsweek published an article called The Marriage Crunch. And in it said that a woman has a better chance of being deleted in an attack, a T attack. They got a better chance of being deleted in a T attack than getting married. You ladies need to understand, as attractive as you may be, so what do? You understand where you are. You stop dating like you got time. Stop playing games. You start doing what me and that young lady in Houston did, and you have the conversation. Why am I in these relationships that don't seem to go anywhere? Why am I attracting everyone? And here's where most of it starts from. Doing the work. If you have not healed, it is women who are flip-floppers like that. It's because you have not healed. Fear, scarcity, lack are still motivating far too many of you. This is why so many of you throw yourself into your job, school, or this or that, instead of dealing with the reality that I'm not supposed to be single at this age. I'm a nice, modern woman. I should be married with 2 or 3 kids by now. I should have elementary school or junior high schoolers. I should have a kid on the way to college by now. And yet all I got is reports to do. And I got to take this dog out and I got to go see my girlfriends. Come on, ladies, we know what it is. The answer is get real with yourself. Take off all your makeup. Take off your wig, your extensions or whatever. Take off the fingernails. Take it all off. Look at yourself in the mirror naked. And that's you. Get real with that. Don't doll yourself up. Get real with that and say, now, Then ask, do I like what this looks like? Then do I like what's going on up here? If it's fear, scarcity, lack, stress, anxiety, tension, anger, upset, if you got to drink, how many of you ladies go to bed drinking a glass of wine? I'm out eating tonight and I'm just watching these women like, yeah. You're not supposed to go to drink. You're not supposed to go to bed with a glass of Shiraz. You're supposed to go to bed with Steve. Friday, we talk about how you learn how to approach the kind of men that you say you want. The women who are going to win are going to learn how to be assertive and aggressive while remaining feminine. Because it is blood sport out here. Everybody's coming for all you ladies, all your competition, your girlfriends, especially you pretty professional women, your girlfriends, they want the same men that you want. One person's going to get them. And you better learn how to start going after, shooting your shot. Because every high value man or every Henry or every hit squad that gets off the market, there's one less. Modern women have had too many options, too many choices, especially if you're an adjustable 6 or higher. You remember that you get in the VIP, this, that, for free. Yeah, you can have sex. People hit it. But it's different when you're 25 versus 35. It's a different calculus. And that's hard for a lot of women to hear. It is time to spin the wheel and say, let's make a deal. But here's the thing. That's on the best case scenario. You got to understand what you're bringing to Theo, what you're bringing to Ike, what you're bringing to men like Dennis Sperling, what you're bringing to men like Andre, what you're bringing to men like Keith Henry. You got to understand what you're bringing to them. They're not doing, you're not settling for them. They're saving your French toast lives. So, ladies, between here and now, between here and Friday, add up all your debt, student loan, consumer credit card, mortgage, add it up and understand that's what you're dropping in a man's lap. And I can almost tell you that you are bringing probably anywhere from 3 to 5 times debt that he does. He's in a far better position. Good show, though. Good show, good broadcast. I like the jacket. Glenn Platt. Yeah. All right, though. This was good. This is great. But I got to run. Y'all know how we do until next time. Peace. We are gone. I'm a PhD. I like this lighting right here. Just kind of second. Yeah, girl, how you doing?
In this moment, yes.
Shout out to my next ex-wife.
Not say what's wrong or right.
It's the next ex-wife.
It's not hard to fool me.
Hey, Kevin, are you still pro-marriage?
I'm addicted to the good life.
There's only one way you can get out of marriage to me. Body bag. Woo! Body bag. Natural color. Natural color. Oh, wait till you guys hear the new song I'm going to be premiering. Got an artist that made a song. Oh my God. It's so dope. It's so dope. It is so dope. She made it for me. Oh my God. So if you want to come dance with me in my song, slide in the DMs, ladies.
It's not a problem.
No. Come on, man.
Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. And nothing can stop me.
addicted to what you and I realize.
I'm a PhD.
I follow, no need to say.
Ombre Nomade.
We are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge
Good
of
night to Henry. Da, 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 da.
Cause I'll buy no matter what, yeah. Susceptible
Ben Braxton says, thanks, Jackie.
for the moment
Welcome to Angela.
So tell me goodbye.
2090. Hey, Bree.
Buy no matter what.
Theo Lion. Army girl Tina. RM, what's going on?